Good morning, it's this Ruben Loewen. It's here in McAllen, Texas. It's over dark 30. I got out of bed. I didn't get much sleep last night. My wife's going through chemo and radiation. She had to get up like every hour to go to the bathroom. And of course, man, I didn't get much sleep, but I got up fine and read my scriptures and did my meditation and walked a mile, ran a mile. Now I'm walking the last mile. And so as I'm thinking about everything that was on the Zoom last night, you know, the meeting last night, and this is the new year, and everybody's talking about setting your goals. Check, okay, this is it. This is incredible. Okay, if you have, this is why dreams and goals are so important, because if your desire is strong enough for something, no matter how bodacious it is, right, and that power, that deep-seated desire is in you, part of your subconscious programming, because you made it that way. That's a key right there. All right, then when you go into beta, so what happens when you go into beta is you get limited only to the resources, the habits and the memories and the understandings of everything you've ever learned in your life to help you out of your situation. Okay, and you can't bring in you can't process new information. Your brain will receive it, but it won't utilize it until that stress that puts you in beta is lifted. Okay, but if that desire becomes part of your subconscious programming, it'll cause you to always hunt. If there's a fork in the road, you're going to take the one that's going to get you closer to that goal every time. Okay? So right now, everybody's setting up. All right? They're setting up that all the signs, all the directions to get them to their goals. If you have the wherewithal to know that that's what you're doing. Okay? All right? And it's ingenious. All right? You know, I got a whiteboard right in front of my desk, and I'll put things on it, like Xuan Nguyen put on it, or talked about, very seldom do you get, you talk to somebody and they immediately become a recruit. Okay, usually everybody's a prospect first. They get to see how you are and what about the company and about the leadership, and then they decide that's what they want to, they're gonna commit, right? Then they become a recruit, and then they got their whole bunch. And most people never get past that. Most people never farm their recruits, continuous follow-up. But that's the magic of the campaign manager and Salesforce, all right, and the counter. All that together makes that work, makes that dog hunt, all right, and that's what we're doing. That term has a whole new meaning to me. I grew up, had hunting dogs. Me and one dog killed 34 raccoon the fall of my senior year of high school, right? And that dog that hunts is the amygdala in your brain, all right? That baseline fight or flight, okay? That in most cases will not bring you outside of comfortable or protected, or safe, okay? But only when you have that strong desire for something, or an image in your mind of who you want to be better than who you are, all right? And it's strong enough that it becomes part of your subconscious. And then even in beta, even when you hit stress mode, all right, your subconscious is gonna continually vector you toward your goal. All right, do you understand that? That's why it's so important to set your goals. All right, your reasons why. Picturing in your mind who you want to be. Standing up on the stage. All right, imparting your knowledge on other people. All right, giving them belief that they can do it too. Getting your verbiage right. Say what you want to say. Skip the ahs, ums, ums, and you knows because you didn't practice what you're saying. Get it down pat. Get your message clear. Use inflection in your voice. Don't be flat and boring so people just drone out and they don't listen. All right? Have intention with your words because somebody's going to be listening. I love what's happening right now. People at Edley's Lake talking to me, this realtor up near Houston, right? Telling, she's getting ready to go to Georgia for a little vacation. She wants to talk to me when she gets back. She's going to read the Saving Your Future book. Right? But she just wanted to tell me, and people are buying property like crazy up in the Houston area. It's never been this good. And I'm like, I know what it is. It's people coming to Texas. Texas is the last bastion of free enterprise, right? And freedom in this country, right? They're all coming here. Right. But I tell you what I know. All right. What happens is when the market gets like this, it gets saturated. And the realtors end up buying their own inventory, right? They become the biggest consumers of the real estate, and they're either fixing them up and flipping them, or they're leasing them out. They're trying to lease them out. They finance them as high as all their assets are tied up in the brick and mortar, in the real estate, and when the market goes down, and it will, and we're Texas. Texas got some interesting laws that may make it hold on for a while. You can't go too high loan to value, right? You got to stay at least 80% of the purchase price for the first 3 years, and then 80% appraised value unless you're doing VA. Isn't that something? VA, you can go 100%. The only program to 100% in Texas is a VA loan. And but that's very interesting. But that's what's going on right now because of the craziness in states like New York and California. They're coming here. Okay, so those people are, but you know what? They still got to practice the principles and get the proper foundation. They need to when they're making that money, they need to put that money away. They get that money until that money's working for them. They're not really wealthy, right? You got to get to that point where when your money's making more money than you do working, all right, then you got financial freedom, right? Or you have a business that's making money whether you're working or not, okay? But that's all about, and Schwan did a great job. He made the information the star, because maybe he didn't have the appeal otherwise, but that information is golden. That's why that's why it's so important to promote that book, the Saving Your Future book, right? And it's you just can't beat it. You can't beat it. All right. So that's why it's important to get your plan and your goal finished and in front of you. All right, and so it becomes part of you. All right, and you will. I'm looking forward to leapfrogging out of my situation. Right, like I know it can happen, and it's happened more times than I can tell you. Right, it's amazing. All right, and if you don't believe me, ask Napoleon Hill. Read the Think and Grow Rich. That's exactly what he's talking about. All right. So set your megula, all right, on your goals, all right, by making what you want and making your plan part of your subconscious. All right.